going to get into the Roc Nation drama is what I'm going to call it, because I don't want to say this lady's name too many times because I feel like furniture or something going to start moving in here. But we're just going to get to the Roc Nation drama is what I'm going to call it. If you all are not familiar with this or don't know about it, you've been hiding under rock, you ain't seen the news, the headlines. A certain CEO, part co-owner, I believe the allegedly of Roc Nation is at odds with their own child, because apparently they were trying to get their own child locked up and put away, get them declared as mentally incapable of like taking care of themselves, and also trying to get their child's husband locked up under ex-trafficking charges. So yeah, it's been a whole debacle, and it's been messy, and people have been kind of like all going crow for it and running for the hills and spreading this information and saying you really should watch Roc Nation, what's going on over there, because you know this is also cropping up with this whole time between, you know, Jay-Z having this alleged court case with this victim who I think it was proven, so I think I can say this without having to say alleged, but I'm going to say alleged to cover myself, with this victim allegedly who says that Jay-Z was involved with a SA incident that he did at one of Diddy's parties. Look at that through line. Allegedly, but it came out that she falsified it, or she didn't recollect all of the information, and so some of this was dropped, or the attorney had to stop talking about it. But I also seen something where some other charge is still going through between Busby and Jay-Z. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe somebody can clarify that, because I've seen the headline, but I didn't really want to read too much into the article, because I knew I was going to do this reading here. So I tried to not have anything kind of just influence what I'm saying. On top of that, some other things that's going on in Roc Nation, that Roc Nation is also going through this lawsuit, or is trying to sue DJ Academics for some stuff that he's been doing. Supposedly Roc Nation and the previous Young Money, Drake, Weezy, and Lil, why am I about to say Lil Kim, and that's not the lady name. Hey, put your tomatoes away. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean it. And Nicki, sorry. I'm so sorry. And Nicki have fallen out with each other, and they're supposedly beefing. And Nicki really has a hard on for this CEO or co-owner of Roc Nation for sure, because they have been trying to kind of like ruin her career. The daughter of the CEO is supposedly wanting to link up with Nicki, because it seems like there's similarities here, or some information they can share to help each other out. What else has been going on with Roc Nation throughout all of this stuff? Yeah, I still hear that Jay-Z still has a case out there for his alleged son, that still is trying to get the blood work and the reports on his DNA test to prove that Jay-Z is his father, and Jay-Z has been delaying as much as he can, and he popping out overseas so he can avoid doing this paternity test. It's just so much. But yes, it's been a lot of drama, and this a very kind of like accordion version of it. I am really shrinking a lot of it. I'm not giving a lot of the information, but it's been a lot popping up with Roc Nation. And not to mention, you know, a lot of people are still hung up on the stuff with the whole Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion stuff that's going on. We're not even gonna rope in Rihanna. Oh, and the stuff with Pusha T. They just signed Pusha T because he left Def Jam because they wouldn't clear a verse for Kendrick Lamar, and amongst the whole beef with was it Def Jam or was it Universal Records? Def Jam may be under Universal. I'm not sure how that all worked, but he left his label, Good Music and all of that, and this is going on amongst this whole beef or big takedown, hate train, however you want to say it, against Drake, and this whole thing with Kendrick and Roc Nation is just like cements in the fact that they do not like Drake, Nicki at all, and has signs Pusha T to kind of just further this alleged agenda. It's just been a lot of mess with Roc Nation, but we're gonna see what's going on, because it's too much and I need some clarity. I don't need clarity on this, but I want some clarity. It's juiciness, it's some drama, and I think anybody who is willing to do that to their own kid, like, what's the reason? What's the reason? Why? I want to know. I don't understand your train of thought. And maybe it's best that I don't, but I'm going to try to see if I understand it tonight. We're going to see what these cards say. And we're going to focus in on this D Perez. I'm going to say that, D Perez. We're going to hone in on this and see what's coming up between her and her daughter, because that's messy. So again, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. All of this stuff I've been just telling y'all. You see, I was saying hearsay and tabloids and rumors. So we have no concrete evidence of any of this. I can't say for sure that that's what's going on. But we're going to see what these cards say. I'm going to see what I can pick up on. All right. Ooh, my nose itch. Whoa, we have a lot of cards here. So we have the Alchemist, aka the Magician. We also have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Swords. Ooh. Okay, let's see what's really supposed to come out here. I just need a card. I don't want all of that. Thank you. Seven of coins here. Ooh, Three of Staffs. So I'm getting this for the daughter's energy. This is the mom's energy, aka the co-founder, CEO of Roc Nation energy here. Ooh. This feel like move out the way, y'all. The queens are fighting. Welcome to the Queen's Court. We're fighting. We're bucking it out. Okay, so the Seven of Coins here, I think, I don't want to sound biased when I say this, but I think it just comes naturally with somebody that's in her position and who has the power and access to financial capital like she does. To me, it just kind of feels like D Perez, I don't want to say it's arrogant, but because it feels like that's something that's natural, somebody who holds the power that she possesses. Like it makes sense that that's kind of like her attitude. That's what I'm getting with the Seven of Coins. I'm getting somebody who is very much, I know how to apply my coins. I know how to utilize the resources and the materials and things like that that's within my hand, that I have within my contacts, within my network. I know how to utilize that to whether it's my own gains or for others. I know how to utilize that. And then we have the Three of Staffs here, and it's coming up in reverse. So I'm not sure what is this stuck energy or not knowing what the next move. I'm not sure why that will be coming up for her. Because usually when I see the Three of Staffs, it's kind of like feeling not having a clear direction. I don't know exactly where I'm going after this. I don't know where I want to move. Maybe kind of feeling restraints, maybe feeling stuck. Maybe that will also make sense too, because the daughter did allege that the mom has been watching her and been sicking PIs on her and all this stuff, allegedly. Again, has had her committed to what they call it, a mental hold or something like that, some kind of holding for a while. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's kind of feeling like I'm stuck. I don't know kind of how to like get out of this situation. And then the Malika of Swords here, the energies in between. I'm not sure why exactly this would be the energy in between them, because I feel like if anything, this would have been the card I would have pulled for D. Perez. But the Malika of Swords is usually it's usually a feminine energy. It's usually someone who's like an air sign. So think your Aquarius, your Geminis, your Libras. It's also somebody who is very cunning, somebody who is very, I want to say like brash or cutthroat when it comes to their tone. They're very sharp tongue. It could also be a widower, someone who is very cold, very analytical, as well as is the other energy that it can kind of represent. And it doesn't have to exactly be a person. It could be an entity. Maybe it's Roc Nation itself. Maybe it's this situation. Is a very cold situation between these two, because I usually tell people the core cards doesn't always have to represent a person. It could be a place or a thing. It could be kind of like this scenario, the energies between these two, they have a very cold relationship, which again, it would make sense because if you've seen the interview that Demore did about this whole situation, she herself allegedly states that, you know, her mom wasn't really there in the picture. You know, she went away for some time. You know, she was kind of like out there in the streets for some time, and she was mostly being raised by her grandmother. She calls her grandmother her mother. So that would make sense. Just things to note. We have the Nine of Coins, the Daughter of Swords in reverse. The Daughter of Swords in reverse. I feel a little powerless against my mom here. Lack of independence with the Nine of Coins coming up here. And then we also have the Daughter of Coins. I feel like the daughter may be of some wealth or some means as well, but the Daughter of Swords coming up in reverse is so funny. It's coming up in the middle as well. Will make sense. And it's of the same suit. So it kind of makes me feel like, yeah, we're of the same cloth, we're of the same blood or something like that. Maybe we even have some of the same tendencies, but I don't apply minds ruthlessly like that. I don't know. It's kind of like the energy. Let's see what else we're going to be picking up here. Let's see. Oh, that flew. What is this? Fill up right this. We have Champion, Achievement, Downfall. I'm going to say achievement because it's coming up in the upright. What exactly she's about to achieve, I don't know what her end goal is here, but it feels like whatever it is, she's going to achieve it. Get two cards for the daughter. We have the Wise One, Tradition and Order. This makes me feel like she is out of her comfort zone. I'm out of my comfort zone. The Vengeance, Overcoming Slights, a choice. Is she gonna buckle? Is she kind of gonna fold on something? Or is she gonna get her lid back in a way? Interesting. The painter, productivity and creation. Productivity and creation. Oh, you know something else I just wanted to point out too? Notice the champion here is holding the sword. I know I'm late, but I utilize my weapons. Then the underlying energies here, we have the mascara. The masquerary. We have hiding your true self, projection. We also have the musician. It says inspiration and gratitude. The musician, just take note, the musician. And then we have the astronomer, discovery, augury. Discovery, augury. Investigation and research is another underlying card. I hope what I'm getting is not true. I feel like, I don't know, something, maybe she's going to be dealt a blow here, the daughter, but it kind of feels like, I don't know, maybe is she going to buckle or fold on something, or maybe she's going to lose something. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe this will give me some better insight here. But I do think the daughter is definitely shaken up at this time, which would be understandable. I know I wouldn't know how to act if my mama was doing me like this. I'd be like, thought you loved me. Okay, I just want to take note that these two cards popped out. We have the version. These are both in the upright. One says maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. And then we also have victim here. Prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. Hold on, you all. Bug in my room. You know those little house millipedes? I just seen it crawling across the wall. And then I went to hit it and it fell somewhere on my desk. And now I'm scared. So we're going to wrap this up real quick. Because now I got to figure out where this bug went to. Because I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight not knowing where it's at. So yes. Let's get back into this shuffle. And if I'm at an awkward angle, it's just because I'm standing. Because again, like I said, I lost the book somewhere on my desk and I'm like freaked out where it went. I'll tell you one thing, Miss Desiree, she is definitely a queen. She's definitely giving queen energy. We have radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Why does she feel like she is protecting her daughter? What is something she feels like she's protecting her daughter from? And notice what the shadow says too. Becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. Oh, okay, it's not nigga. I was pulling off the screen. I thought it was prostitute. It comes up in the light. It says accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Okay, so to me, this kind of feels like Demore is going to have to tap into a side of herself that maybe she doesn't like. Because maybe it does remind her of her mom or something in some sense, but it's necessary in this. And maybe she has shied away from that gift, that power that she has because of the negative connotations that she has around it. But it's probably going to help her in this situation. She just needs to learn how to like not compromise herself in a way, like not compromise what she holds dear or like her morals or something. That's what the prostitution card kind of gives me. That's the energy is giving me. Okay, and this fell right in the middle. Child wounded. Awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. Opens the learning path of forgiveness. What? So basically, this is a big family fight. Take us out the chat. Take us out the chat. And this is not the way you get your daughter to like you or to have a relationship with your daughter, by messing with the person that she loves. Like, why do that? Why do all of this right now? Does she feel like the boyfriend is stealing from her? What? I'm not sure why this is coming up in for the underlying energy. Because we have the thief and then we have God, but it came up in reverse. And the shadow attributes of the God says this despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. Why are you trying to control her? You coming in late to her life. Now you want to play mom? Allegedly, is that what this is? And then we have Pioneer also coming up in reverse. So the shadow attributes read compulsive need to keep moving on. Okay, we're going to get the two more cards that it shows up under here. Because then we have Athlete. Misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends. False sense of invulnerability and entitlement. And then this is the card I wanted to get to, Judge. Offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. Yes, I drawn that out like that for a reason. This is a lot of negative energy. I'm saying again, all this other negative stuff up under here. I'm not going to read the whole bottom of this deck. But to me, yeah, it feels like, simply put, I'm more inclined to believe the Moraes, just looking at these cards, not because I seen her interview, but I do think there is Myss. Maybe mom is trying, Miss D. Perez is trying to be a good motherly figure. She wants to be there for her daughter. Maybe it's showing up in the wrong way. Maybe she's seen the boyfriend do something that rubbed her the wrong way, and now she's going after him and trying to separate him from her daughter, whatever the case may be. I don't know. Or maybe she feels like somebody's going after her daughter and she'd rather have her close to kind of like keep an eye on her and make sure nobody mess with her. But I think maybe she's, you know, allegedly, according to this and what her daughter is saying, she's going about it in the wrong way. It's kind of like, you know, everything is a nail to her. She walks around like a hammer and everything is a nail. So she just gotta bash it in and do what she has to do. She doesn't know another style or way of doing it because she, you know, she's used to being a person like when I tell people to jump, they ask me how high and we go on from there. And I think she doesn't understand that she doesn't kind of like have that relationship with her daughter. Like her daughter may just give her respect out of the just for out the sake of like, this is how I was brought up. I know you're my mom. I know we have some sort of relationship. I was always taught to respect you and love you or whatever. Like I always felt like you were there for me. But that also doesn't mean that you could push me around because I very much had to grow up without you being here. I am very much an individual myself. I have my own life. You can't push me around and try to come back and play mom now or try to make up for all those years lost. I don't know if that's exactly what's going on here. That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting though. And they just haven't found the rhythm or the style for how to work through maybe a problem or issue that they have going on with them. But yeah. I would put more, but again, like I said, it's a bug in my room that I am nervous about touching me. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I've been on here for 2 hours. I think that's long enough. So I did add the timestamps down in the description box. I may private this video after a while and break this up in different ones. And if I do an extended reading on one of these, or if you would like to see an extended reading, I would more than be happy to do like a part 2, especially on the whole Roc Nation issue, because yeah, this is really interesting. But with all that being said, in the myriad of topics that we went through, let me know what you think down in the description box below. Is there some kind of like blind items that I'm not aware of? What's kind of like the word on the street that some of you all are informed of that's been going on with these situations? Please share. You know, we're just going to talk about it. We don't know what's going on. We're watching from the outside looking in, okay? This is all alleged. But with that being said, I wish you all a happy holiday, a happy night or day wherever you are. If you're here in the States, happy 4th. It may be kind of like one of the last ones we have in a while. I say that jokingly now, but it may not be funny in a few days or a few years. But yes, again, thank you all for being here, for joining me, for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, to share this video. Make sure to also subscribe if this is your first time here. Subscribe and hit that notification bell, selecting it to all so you can see the next time that I upload. And with that, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.